Good afternoon. It is March 10th, 2026, and today we had a range day. Here's how it looks on the daily chart. Right now, it's looking just like it's going to end up a doji. Um, that's the weekly chart. I'm not going to take a look at that. But yeah, the 2700 tick chart, here's how it looks. Couldn't really hold above these overnight highs, and I was kind of anticipating that we would. But anyway, let's check it out. So in the overnight, we form this double bottom and create this move up, as would be expected. Some follow through buying after yesterday. After yesterday, we had this big bull move, so it's expected that there's going to be some follow through buying. So, um, whoops, we found resistance up here, and the bull move faded. Uh, Come in here around 3:30, you get a second entry short, and it uh, you know the prices sell off to resistance. It's pretty tight bear channel. The break, move to a new low, and we bounce. And we rally up to the midline. You can see some congestion right here. Rally up to what would be the midline of this range, and then you get this spike and channel down. You get an overshoot of that. We bounce. So here's where the market opened. Um, I think it's reasonable to consider getting short here, but I had a upward bias today, so that's mostly what I was looking for. I don't really like any shorts in this spike in channel. I'm not really crazy about that. I kind of like this long, and let me tell you why I like this. First of all, look at the range. You're in the bottom third of the range clearly. Second of all, you have the spike in channel. We got an overshoot. This is not a strong move down. You got stem on that first move. This is a doji, big stem on this one, and this is an inside bar. So when this one closes near its high, look at all that room you have back to the EMA. 780. That's an 8-point move back to the EMA. I really like that. So that looks like this channel actually pretty much continues. And we get a bunch of sideways stuff. We sell off to support, bounce, you get a higher low. I think this is worth considering. And it turns out to be a good move, and then we sell off to support again, and then we bounce. And this one, all this overlap, I think you're better off entering on a limit order down low, because you could enter on a stop order here, and then it just stops you out. But it obviously would have been, in hindsight, a phenomenal move. Uh, so you get this phenomenal bull channel, and you got to buy in here. So we create a body gap right here. This pullback tests these highs, but it can't go lower. So I think this higher low is pretty good. I would say consider this one. This, you should have you probably wouldn't have the channel drawn by now, but you might. So I don't think you want any of these. But I mean, look at that. I would maybe I should say consider it. Look, you got gaps being created. They're just body gaps. They're not traditional gaps, but this is a strong bull trend. So maybe you get this higher low. Maybe you get this higher low. Like, look at those bear pullbacks. They're practically nothing. So if you see that, you take take this, take this, take this. And here you get an outside bar, so if you took this, you get stopped out. But I don't blame anybody for taking that. And you get a two-legged pullback, and I think you want to buy with a limit order down here. And this thing keeps on going right up to resistance, and then we get a break. And we sell off a little bit. And you might consider this one because you know, all that overlap. Maybe we'll get a test of the high, and that's what happens, and you get this bear channel. Oh, you get a break. Couple legs up, and then we go sideways, and you get a sell off to a new low. And then we start forming this channel. And I thought that we were going to go higher today. You see this very strong move up. And so we pulled back to the EMA and then started going higher. And that's where we're at here is this channel. II potential bear trap. That's right here. So anyway, we're moving higher. Not a good place to buy, I would say. This channel doesn't look strong. Then you get a strong, well, a few bars with big bodies, and you get an II, and an II is often a final flag. And we got about 3 more legs up here, but I just thought we were going higher, so I marked that as a potential bear trap. And when it pulled back, I entered on a limit order. It turned out to be a pretty good trade. Context here is pretty good for going short, though. You know, you have a gap below the moving average here. There's a stem on this bar, and then you get the II. So, you know, you might want to consider getting short like in here when we fail to reach the top of the trend line. But I liked going long. Ends up being a good move. You get this inside bar. I don't think you want to go long here. I'm anticipating at this point, you know, it could be the end of the move. And look, you got overlap. So this pullback body overlaps this high. So we go a little higher and then we sell off, and very strongly, might I add. And then you get this craziness right here, and you get an II. And this context is great. Why? Because this trend isn't very remarkable. So you can't really guarantee that there are exhausted buyers, even though this was a strong move up. Here, these were big bull moves, and we have a break of this channel and an attempt at a high. I like this one. So when we get this doji, I entered short below that and put my stop up here. And when we got this bar and it broke lower, I moved my stop below this, and I got in on a pretty good move. And unfortunately, I had to walk away from my screen because you know, I just put my target near these lows, and look at that move. I entered at let's see, 68.43. That was a 40-point move before any significant pullback. So you get the spike, the channel, and then you get a break. So are you going short in here at all? I think it's worth considering here, just because it's such low low risk. Not sure I like any of this other stuff. Maybe up here on a limit order. Bull move into a bear channel. And this is just choppy. I don't think you want to get in on this. So let's see. That's how I saw it today. Hope everyone had a good day. I'll be back tomorrow.